Using smart stains to achieve skin tones. In this video, we'll show you how to take a resin cast and make it look realistic with smart stains. For this casting, we got some resin from Biddy Mold Supply. We're going to start with half red smart stain and half Smart Coat Matte in our mix. I'm applying this with heat applied to the resin. We'll go ahead and spray a little bit, and then you'll see me come in with the heat gun and try and warm it up a little bit. It's important to know the limitations of your resin so you don't push it too far and cause cracking or any other mishaps that may happen with too much heat. The airbrush had a little clog, so we got a little splatter here, but it'll be okay. We'll put a little more red and cover it up a little bit. But here I go with the heat gun trying to dry it, and just ultimately it's for me moving faster. Now what we want while we're doing this is to just look like the worst sunburn you have ever seen in your life. Overall, we put about 2, maybe 3 coats of red in here. You can see on this next section here what it ended up looking like before we moved on. You can see that splatter just completely disappeared. And you may be thinking that the red got away from us or it went too red, but it's a great starting point and base color. Now we'll go in with our smart stain mix of yellow. We're doing 1 part of yellow smart stain to 2 parts of Smart Coat Matte. And we're really just going to gradually build up this color. It's hard to tell at first, but we'll move it over after a little bit and show you what we've got so far. And here's that half of the face with the new yellow mixture. You can see that skin tone starting to come out, but really we're just, again, doing our layers, so the next layer after that will really just make it pop out. We went ahead and sped up this just because, again, it's a slow process, but we wanted you to see how slow that color comes in. And that's intentional. You can try and not thin it so much, but really building up the slow color is the way to go on this. And here we have our final yellow coat over the top of the red coat. You can see that skin tone really popping through now. When we go back over with this final coat, you'll really see why the layering was as important as it was. So here we're going to go ahead and start with our skin tone. And for this one, I mixed up 1 part of brown smart stain, 8 parts of white smart stain, 4 parts of yellow smart stain, and 1 part of Smart Coat Matte. Now, depending on the shade of skin you're particularly going for, you can tweak these, but this is a good start for Caucasian skin tone. The key to this one is really just take your time, make sure that it's drying and not running, and do an overall coat. I'll go back a couple times, make sure that I get everything right, but now's your opportunity to really look at your model and evaluate where the lighter areas are, such as are the ears a little pinker, things like that, how light their eyelids are even, and you can really try and start matching some serious details there. We'll turn this around, and now you can see on this face, this is when it really starts looking pretty good as we come around over the cheek and on the forehead here. You can see that skin tone really starting to set in. When we're done with this coating, we're going to be 90% of the way there. It's just going to be a matter of going back and doing a little bit of details, touching up the few areas. But we're going to turn the light on, and hopefully you'll see a little bit more of those colors underneath the reds and the yellow layers that we did pop through. Here we have our almost finished product. You can see really starting to look pretty lifelike. So we'll just go back and add those few details I was talking about. We'll touch up the ears a little bit, lighten up the lips, and lighten up the eyelids. Here we're going to go back with the brush to control how much overlay we have. We don't want to overspray and make the whole eye socket look this color. We just want to lighten up the eyelids themselves. So this is a red smart stain which is heavily diluted with the Smart Coat with just a touch of yellow smart stain. We added that yellow so it's not so impactful as a red. We'll do the eyelids, the lips, even the ears, and part of the chin and nose actually got a little bit too much of that last coating, so we'll lighten those up and then dust on another coat. just to add that more realistic look. And here we have our final finished product. We'll go ahead and put some Everclear matte over this, and it'll be ready to go outside. Smart stains are available at www.sculptnouveau.com.